that this is a good time to explain the authority of Chazal, also known as the judges of the Sanhedrin. And no, this does not include any other rabbi since the Sanhedrin was dismantled. And friends, you must know that I'm no Karaite, but rather, I only apply the timeless principles that seems that everyone forgot nowadays. And what's that? Well, that the words of our sages are only relevant to our theology or our hashkafa when and only when they are part of a halakha. In other words, only when it's tied to something we do halachically that helps us fulfill the mitzvot of the Torah, whether transmitted orally from Har Sinai or through the court's rulings or interpreted through the 13 principles of exegesis. This is the only time we're expected to heed the words of Chazal, the words of our sages, the words of the judges of the Sanhedrin. In other words, their authority only exists within things that we do and not things that we believe. Why? Because belief only stems from Torah Shebiktav. In other words, their personal opinions, the personal opinions of our sages, are not binding and typically disposable the vast majority of the time. And again, when I use the word sage or Chazal, I'm only referring to those who sat on the Beit Din HaGadol and not, again, your average rabbi today that really has no authority. And this isn't something I just made up. Actually, the Rambam makes this very clear in Perek Helek, as well as his son, Avraham ben Rambam, in his Hakdama to the Agadah. And I believe also Shmuel Nugget makes the same statement. Actually, this is the whole purpose of codifying halakha in the first place, to get rid of personal, subjective opinions out of the minds and out of the life of the average Jew. Why? Because, friends, the truth is that these opinions, these personal opinions, typically hurt more than they help. And you must also understand that every statement said by Chazal that's not attached to a halakha automatically falls into the realm of Midrash. So you're probably wondering, where do I find out what to believe and what's binding? Where are my tools? Where do we start and end from? My friends, all you need is a Chumash and a Mishnah Torah, and that's it. Anyways, not to get too far